Warren Coleman Award is named for a longtime Iowa Lions executive secretary treasurer who gave freely of his time and was dedicated to the Iowa Lions Foundation programs which it supports. Our club makes a $1,000 donation in this individual's name to the Iowa Lions Foundation. This year's recipient has been a Clear Lake Noon Lions member for 8 years. He has been active in 4-H, was a student council president in a big class of 14 people. He attended Boys State through American Legion, NIAC, and then on to Iowa State University. He served in the Air Force and did a tour in Vietnam. He's married and has 2 children. He's been a chamber president, banker, church council president twice. He is a member of the American Legion, was an extra in 2 movies, and he's even ridden a bucking bronco for 3 seconds. He also received a belt buckle for participating in a wild cow milking contest. And I just learned recently he also took a job on as a miner for a short period of time. Some of his favorite things are as seen on TV products, fishing trips, boating, singing, karaoke, coffee with the boys, photography, computers, public speaking, telling jokes and stories, Viking football, genealogy, cooking, and last but not least, traveling. Some of his favorite television programs are Seinfeld, Cheers, Cash Cab, and Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Some of his favorite sayings are, is this a great country or what? And life is good. His wife also said he got out of bed each morning, and I didn't know whether to repeat this or not, but he says, what can I do today to please my wife? Wow. His children also mentioned that he would rather stand outside and look for a tornado than go to the basement. He also will try to tackle just about any job and loves to fix things. As a child, although he was left behind by his family while shopping in Belmont, where he was treated at the drugstore soda fountain until his family came back to get him, he still calls his 93-year-old mother every day. He and his brothers went to school one day and they got thrown out because they stunk. They had a confrontation with the skunk and they smelled too bad. His aunt told me that he and his brothers were a handful in church, yet each Sunday they were always there. By now you may not, or you may know who this individual is. He was born July 18th, 1944 in Hampton, Iowa to Willard and Evelyn Latham. He was the middle son of 5 boys and raised on a farm near Alexandria. Jim Latham, our tail twister, has been married to his very patient and loving wife, Marcia, for 38 years. They have 2 children, Paige and her husband, I'm going to mess this up, Alessandro, and grandson, Giorgio, who live in Italy. His son, Jed, and his wife, Heather, and grandson, Keller, are from Minneapolis. I first met Jim when he owned and operated Latham Camera Country, where I found him very helpful and honest. He was later a development officer for Opportunity Village, and before retiring, he sold for Midwest Wireless and Alltel. He still owns a vending business. I recently had the pleasure to work with Jim on our church project, or on a church project out at Galilean, where we are members, and really enjoyed Jim's rendition of a Bible passage from Job. While we were taking a break way up on the roof, I kind of kept waiting for lightning to strike us. He has a super sense of humor, and as we can all tell, while he diligently does his tail-twisting duties each week. It is with great pleasure I present this year's Warren Coleman Award to our friend, Jim Latham.